In just under 2 minutes, I'm gonna show you exactly how I made $316 in one single day with this exact strategy I've been using the last few weeks since breakouts are not working for me right now. And I'm gonna show you. So if you watched my video for Monday night, you knew that this was my #1 watch list going into Tuesday on this high tight flag on this post earnings gap setup with a nice flag holding up on the 9. And usually in a normal market, this would have been a great breakout trade look, right, over a previous day high or a previous key level. But obviously that has not been the strategy that's been working over the last few weeks. So the strategy that I used on this was buying it off the lows and then letting it undercut the previous low day or just a key level of support. And you can see I have that line drawn out, which was that previous low day, which was also some previous support from the last few days. You then want to drop down to the 15-minute time frame. You then wait for the stock to break under that key support or that key level we marked off. You then want to wait for the 15-minute candle closure to reclaim that spot, which you can see this 9 a.m. candle does. It closes back above that spot. You then take your entry there. You put your stop loss to either low of day, or ideally it would have been this spot here, which was these candle bar closures instead of the wick. You could have put your stop loss there, which is super close to your entry. You then want to target back up to the high of day. Obviously, you can trim along the way, which is what I did. I trimmed along the way, and then you can just put your stop loss once you trimmed at break evens to make it a risk-free trade. And then you can decide whether you want to hold it for a swing towards the end of the day, which I did not, since it did end up kind of giving back some of the profits and didn't really give me enough cushion to swing this overnight, since the markets aren't really having enough momentum to swing unless it's giving you, a big cushion on your trade being up like 30-40%. But that is exactly what you do. You target back at these highs here. If it would have closed back above these highs, I probably would have swung it, but since it closed back kind of just above the entry, I ended up closing it out, but still a good profit. Keep in mind, this doesn't always work every single day. There are some key factors that go into the strategy, such as like making sure the overall market isn't just trending lower all day, because that probably won't work. You want to make sure the markets are either kind of slowly grinding up or just chopping around like it's been doing, like 80% of the time over the last few months. But that's a key factor. And also want to make sure you're selective on the stocks you're choosing to do the strategy on. It does have to be, a pretty decent, strong stock, or just one of the strongest stocks in the market in general, in some good key sectors. So make sure for that too.